Papa, let's talk about stress today. What it is and how we can manage it.
Well, stress is a very commonly asked question. Whenever we conduct any training workshops, there will be someone who will stand and will say, please tell us about stress. And if you just Google or if you go to YouTube, you will find hundreds of lectures and talks about stress. But somehow this question is still unanswered and people ask this question. Well, stress is our mental condition, which is a normal happening. It's a normal physiological phenomena. Because whenever something adverse, something disturbing, or something which creates a challenge, it occurs around us or even within us, then our body responds to it with stress. So stress is not something negative. Stress is actually preparation of our physical abilities and our mental abilities to handle the challenge. Up to this level, this challenge is very good. Stress is actually very good because see, for example, if I hold this thing and I just do like this 100 times a day, after few days, my biceps, they will become strong, right? If I put stress on my muscles will become strong and I will be able to conduct different activities which require biceps with a more effective way. Similarly, our mind also requires challenges. Whenever challenges come to our mind, so our mind actually got to work more, and as a result, mind grows. Our positive thinking grows. Our self-efficacy grows, right? Our self-confidence, it grows. So in other words, stress is not something wrong. And this stress is technically called eustress. Because whenever stress occurs to us, our body is equipped with physical, emotional, intellectual abilities which can handle that stress and which can utilize all the resources around us in order to handle that stress. Now this is called eustress and one should not be afraid of this stress. For example, now this corona thing happened and this pandemic has actually, it actually changed our whole lifestyle. And all our requirements, our demands and our conduct in a society is grossly affected because of corona. Now this has put us on an individual stress and on a global level of stress. But we are equipped with our abilities to handle that. You must have seen there are many people who have adjusted this stress very nicely. They have changed their exercise pattern, they have changed their social interactive patterns, they have changed their business pattern, and after some time they have come in a kind of a near normality. Now this is what is called eustress. And up to this level, stress is perfectly fine. But once stress crosses this level and it starts affecting us adversely in the form of sleep problems, in the form of emotional instability, we become irritable, we become angry, we become more vulnerable to the problems around us, then this becomes a problem. And this is actually the stress in the middle. And the extreme form of stress is one when it becomes a disease. When it becomes a disease. So when it becomes a disease, it starts affecting our normal life. And which patient will just stay up to eustress level, which patient will go to a middle level, and which one will go to a pathological level actually does not depend upon the challenging factors. It actually depends upon the personality. There will be one event occurring in a family. Some people will behave differently, another people will behave differently, another people will behave differently. Now, if we are on this extreme, we should be very happy and we should just utilize all our abilities to handle it. If on the other extreme, then I will suggest that this video will not be enough or any other video will not be enough. You have to consult a psychiatrist or a clinical psychologist which can actually help you coping with the stress. But we are addressing in next couple of minutes the middle people, those which have not gone up to that level where it is pathological, and in them it is disturbing them to some extent in between. So when someone has this type of stress and which are affecting their normal life, what I can suggest to them is that they should obviously be addressing the individual problem. I cannot guide about the guidelines of handling an individual problem because the specific individual problem will be different in different cases. You may have to consult someone, you have to really take a help of someone, and you may have to arrange some kind of a finances, or you may have to just need some legal help or whatever it is. It depends upon the problem. But the general guideline is that whenever you are in stress, please look into your lifestyle. If your lifestyle is wrong, then your handling of stress will be problematic and you will not be able to handle. And lifestyle is very simple. There are four things which you have to take care. In your daily life, look after the food which you eat. Look after your sleep. Please look after that you don't miss daily exercise even if you are in a situation where there is stress. And number 4, please spare some leisure time. Leisure time where you just sit with your friends and your dear ones and you talk to them, and obviously keeping the social distancing. And when you talk to them in a leisure time, that is a very important, essential requirement of our mental health. So good food, healthy food, daily exercise, and proper sleep, and also having a leisure time. That actually determines a good, healthy lifestyle. Sometimes you have to do something extra to it, and extra to it is actually a kind of a self-talk, a kind of a meditation, a kind of a self-hypnosis where you just sit in silence alone and try to understand. See, for example, I have a problem. I will presume that there is a person, his name is Javed, he is of my age, he is sitting in front of me, and he has got the same problem which I have, and he has come to me for help. What I would be saying to him, and whatever I would be saying to him, I should talk to myself. I should say to myself. So this is actually a simple technique of self-hypnosis, that you sit in a silence and just try to analyze that challenging problem. Try to analyze that situation and then start giving suggestion to yourself that what can be the possibility, what worse can happen, what are the opportunities, what are different things which appears to be bad but I can convert it into an opportunity. So this self-hypnosis, self-medication, it helps a lot. And thirdly, whatever faith you follow, each one of us follows some kind of a faith, whether it's a religious faith or whether it is non-religious faith, but we all have some kind of a belief system in us. And I have just found that handing over yourself spiritually to that belief system also helps you a lot in getting rid of stress, because suddenly you start sharing, you just feel that someone is sharing your responsibility. So I'm sure that this video will be seen all over the world. So and there are many viewers of mine, and I love them. They are Muslims, they are Christians, they are Jews, they are maybe non-believers, Hindus, Sikhs. So I would like to say that whatever belief system you have, you also hand over yourself to that system as well. And this connection with the divine also helps you coping with the stress. So in summary, stress is actually your mental state or your state of emotional state, which is because of some kind of a challenge in your environment, and we must not be afraid of it. We must gather all our energies and we must try to handle it. And then you will see that once that challenge will be over, you will emerge back as a better person. You will emerge back as a more growing person, and someone who has developed a growth, and someone is equipped to handle the challenge. And if it becomes a little pathological, then these are few measures which I have suggested. And same applies to Corona as well. In this pandemic, where all of us are under some kind of a stress, I think these guidelines can help that.